Henry. Welcome.
Yes. Yeah, hello. Yeah,
Good.
yeah, good evening. Yeah. Yeah.
Good evening. I just want to confirm that you can see my screen, correct, with the presentation.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
awesome.
I
So
can see you.
I'm
I
gonna.
can see you. I can see the screen. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute your microphone, and then by the end of the presentation, you can ask questions. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's begin. So welcome to CIU's graduate orientation, Henry. So basically on this orientation, what we like to do is it's basically a dynamic, a virtual dynamic that or where you get to meet us. We are going to be your student success advocates, and that means that we are going to be walking you through all of what is the introduction to into CIU, and additionally just be available for the student if they have any questions regarding the communication they hold with different areas at CIU, anything related with maybe their instructors, checking on communication, grades, etc., as well as if you ever need help in reaching out, maybe student accounts or IT, etc., different areas here at CIU, we can always help you do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and begin. So basically the basic technological requirements that you need in order to have a successful introduction into CIU's program is having a laptop and a reliable internet connection. This because we do have an institutional email policy in which you need to, one, activate your institutional email. These credentials will be sent to you by my colleague Dylan. If you haven't already, don't worry, you will be getting them throughout the next week. And basically, the email that Dylan will send out will include 3 sets of credentials: your institutional email and password. You will be getting your student portal access and password, as well as your Learn Center access and password. Now, the institutional email is very important because you get, one, access to Microsoft 365 package, meaning that if you don't have Word, Excel, Microsoft Teams, so on and so forth within your computer, you can actually download them for free through your email. And then second, you also get the access to the communication with all of the parts here at CIU. Basically, you only need to type in their first and last name, and you will be getting the directory on your email. So that makes communication a lot easier. Now, moving on, we have the student portal. And the student portal is really the minor platform that we use here at CIU. This student portal only focuses on grades. You will be able to look at your final grades on here. You will be able to look at some account information on here as well. And then you get some payment information, and then you also get to request your student ID card through the student portal. But honestly, we don't focus much on student portal because really where you'll be just spending 90% of your time at is at the Learn Center. And basically on the Learn Center, you'll get your courses, you'll get all of your additional tools that we provide as a CIU student, such as tutor.com, our online library, which is the LIRN. And then we also have the Turnitin Sandbox, which is our plagiarism checker. You basically get to upload your document prior to sending it to your instructor, and you are able to check in the percentage of plagiarism, um, you know, created. And you get to go back and check that, cite everything correctly, and then send it to your instructor. Obviously, being a graduate student means that you need to be much more careful with plagiarism. And in accordance to our policies, you only get to reach a 15% plagiarism percentage. You cannot exceed that. If you exceed the 15%, in any of your assignments, you will be notified by the instructor. The first time it's not an issue. By the second time, you'll get a warning. Now, our student email direct login is also fine at the Learn Center. You will actually find that on the top bar on the Learn Center, you get a link that will take you directly to where you need to just set up your institutional credentials, and you can always log in through there. And then finally, obviously, the courses that I was talking about. So now, as a graduate student, you will be taking GRC 600 as your first class, being on the DBA, which is Doctoral Academic Study and Writing. And really, the layout for all of our courses is basically very similar. All of our courses are asynchronous, meaning that even though we do have weekly due dates, due Wednesdays and Sundays by 11:59 p.m. PST, you get to sort of sort out your week in accordance to, oh, we have another student coming in. Let's see. Hello, Shalventra. So we were already walking through the presentation, so I'm just going to mute your microphone. And if you have any questions, you can ask them at the end, okay?
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. So I was talking about our courses, the layout of our courses, and basically all of our different courses are asynchronous, meaning that we do have weekly due dates due by Wednesdays and Sundays by 11:59 p.m. PST. But you can always sort of schedule out your week in order to either have everything in before those weekly due dates, and that will be okay. It's just a matter of not exceeding the due dates or not, actually respecting the due dates, but you can always turn your work in before that, and it'll be just as valid. All of our courses, each of our courses are 6 weeks long, meaning that one term is 6 weeks long, and so on and so forth. And another additional thing that we do have to mention about our courses is that it's essential that whenever you have a new course introduced, you need to check the syllabus. And this is because you will not only get an overview of the course, but you will also get your instructor's contact information on that syllabus. So in order for you to be engaging consistently with the instructor, and also letting them know if anything is, up on your personal life. So if you need to go ahead and arrange things, or maybe ask the teacher to, allow that you turn in certain assignment late, it's very important that you save their contact information from the beginning. Now, let's move forward. Additionally, throughout your program, you will also be introduced to additional platforms, not only the Learn Center, where you'll be taking your courses at, but within the course itself, you'll actually get different link logins for things such as Alex, Simnet, and Connect. These are basically platforms that allow you to engage on different activities such as quizzes, some polls and questions like that, as well as some readings and different kinds of activities, really. These are great because they give you a automatic grade instead of, just waiting for your teacher to give you feedback. But these you will not look at through your first course. You will be looking that in future courses, and we also give out to the students different sorts of tutorials and interactions that will allow them to get used to these platforms. So there's nothing to worry about that. Now, before we go into the actual tutorial of how to handle the Learn Center and how everything will look like for you as a student, we need to review attendance, and attendance is essential. And it's key because of two things. Obviously, it will affect your grade directly if you're not attending and if you're falling back or falling behind with your work, but it also affects your satisfactory academic progress, so your SAP, which in the end will not be helpful if you're looking to obviously pass your grades and have a higher GPA. Now, the attendance at CIU, what it is and what it's not. What is attendance at CIU is submitting academic papers, taking your quizzes and exams, posting in the course forum, and engaging not only with the teacher, but also your colleagues. And then what attendance is not is obviously logging in without any active participation, or just logging in and seeing the resources, or using a student resource such as tutor.com, the Grammarly account that we give you guys, or your institutional email. That will not count as attendance. You need to be consistent in your work, in your logins, and your submissions. And this is very, very important to understand, because students who fail to attend 14 consecutive days within a term after the add drop period, so during the first week of class, will be eligible for withdrawal. So basically, if you get to 14 days without posting, without creating an academic assignment, etc., you will be withdrawn. Obviously, this affects not only your grade, your student record, but also how you progress during your program. So let's keep that in check. And either way, don't forget that we are also here to help you. So if at any point you have any issues that you want to address, maybe some personal issues, or you can't hand something in on time, you can always come to us and we'll try to figure out something to benefit you, either through our academic advising department, but also the instructor. So you can always come to us and rely on us to help you out. Now, as I was talking before, the main tools that we give students here at CIU are the Turnitin Sandbox, which is a plagiarism checker, which comes in handy for graduate level students, because we only allow a 15% plagiarism percentage. So, you need to go ahead and upload your documents into the Turnitin Sandbox so that you are aware whether or not you are exceeding that percentage, and you can go back and check and edit before posting your assignments to the classroom. Now, we also offer ebooks in each of your courses. The ebooks will be posted by the instructor directly into the course room, so you will not have any issues finding them. Normally, the ebooks you'll find are assigned to you with a little symbol of a green puzzle piece, so they're very easy to find. We have, additionally to the ebooks, we also have our online library, which is basically a platform full of academic papers and research that will also help out on any different, investigation or paper that you might as well be writing and focusing on for a particular class. So that also comes in handy. Next up, we have Grammarly. As a student here at CIU, we give you access to a premium Grammarly account, which you can also come to us directly whenever you want to activate it. To activate it, you need to have your credentials set up. So you will still need to wait for Dylan to send out your email, your student portal access, and your Learn Center access. So Dylan will be sending those out once you have completed the registry process, and you can, move forward to be ready for the next term start, which starts May 17th. Now, we also offer self-paced courses. These are just basically courses that will help you and allow you get accustomed to our Learn Center. It's something that will guide you through each of the steps that you need to take as a student in order to successfully manage your platforms. And these can be shared to you directly through a link as well. So if you find that you are not, understanding everything, don't worry. I'm going to provide you with this presentation. I'm going to provide you with a whole bunch of links and tutorials after we're done. So don't worry, we always have time as well to review it. If you want to go ahead and schedule a one-on-one session with me, next week or starting on the first week in order to review certain things, we can always do that too. So we're always available, and we want to help you succeed at CIU. Now, Following up, we also offer tutoring hours through tutoring.com. Basically, tutor.com is a platform that you log in directly through your course room, and you get to choose amongst a list of different tutors available at that moment in order to review certain topics that you might as well need. You also get student advising services such as our department, which is the student success advocates, but also we have an additional department which is solely student advising. So you get basically double the help in that sense. And finally, our CIU channel, which is full of tutorials, full of different introductions to different topics. So these can also be helpful. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the actual tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and log into the main site at CIU. So you've probably seen the site already. And this is how it looks. So it's caluniversity.edu. And on the top bar here, where it says Home, About, Programs, Departments, Admissions, and Students, you will be able to go into your Learn Center by clicking on Students. It's the drop-down menu, and you will see the first option that comes up is the Learn Center. So you will go ahead and click on Learn Center. I'm going to log out from my account so that you can see the layout. You'll get to something like this, and once you've gotten your credentials, you'll get your username and password, so you can always go ahead and log in and save that information in order to make it easier on the future. And then you'll be greeted basically by this display. You are looking at our main course room display, and you'll also notice that we have current time at CIU, and this is very important for international students because you do need to abide by the deadlines we give you on Pacific time. So whenever you have doubts on whether or not you're on the right time and you're on track, you can always resort to this clock to actually, double check whether you're not on time or not. Now, on the top bar of your course room, you'll see Home, My Courses, Student Email, Student Portal, Student Resource Center, Online Library, and the Help Desk ticket. Then on the left sidebar, the drop-down sidebar, you'll actually, it's normally where you'll get your courses at. So we'll see GRC 600. Once you've clicked on your course, you will be able to see all of the weekly files for each week. And it's very important that once you've logged into your course, you start by clicking on the Start Here folder. This is where you'll find your syllabus, which, as I said before, is extremely important to enhance your experience with the course and with your instructor. So you'll get the course layout and you'll get different things. So you'll see your textbooks, like I said, symbolized by the green puzzle piece. So you can always click on that, and basically Vital Source will open, which is our sort of reading formatting platform. So you will be able to read on there. Then we have instructor contact information and different things such as course announcements, where the teacher normally just posts different things if she wants to reach out to the students, if she or he wants to reach out to the students, and then a small Q&A forum where you can feel free to relay any questions or doubts or concerns to the teacher. Now, I'm gonna exemplify all of our weeks by looking at week 1, because really the layout week to week is very similar. The only things that really will be changing are the topics that you see, but not how it looks. So not how it looks, and also what you post or the type of posts that you're making. So week 1's overview, you'll basically get, a little bit of information of what you are expected for that week. You'll first get to see this checklist, which is basically everything that you need to complete by the end of the week. And then as you scroll down, that checklist, you'll actually get the links to the activities. So for example, you'll see that the first thing that you need to complete by Monday starting class is your introduction, your introduce yourself. So you'll see the checklist here, but you'll actually see the activity below. So you'll be able to click on that and you'll be looking at, the instructions, the due date or the deadline, and then you'll just have to add a new discussion, type your subject, type your post, adhere to the wording count that the instructor points out, and then just click on submit. It's really straightforward. It's almost as if you're making a Facebook post. So I don't think you'll have a problem with that. Now let's go back to week 1. The second kind of post that you're going to be looking at throughout your weeks are the discussion questions or discussion forums. Sometimes it also comes in the forms of week whatever activity. So, but it's the same sort of dynamic. You'll get all of the instructions. Sometimes you'll be provided with a link that you need to follow or that you need to view or redirect to in order to see a document or additional information on that particular activity. And then you'll be presented with the deadlines, the times you need to adhere by, as well as the word counts and any, additional instruction that you need to follow through with. You will basically be doing the same. You type in your subject, type your post, submit, and then in order to create the 2 class member responses, which are obligatory for the discussion questions, you will have to click on, for example, this guy, Bobby Boucher. You'll click on his post, and then you can always add a reply, and it's basically the same process. You will add your subject, type in your response, and submit. So these are really straightforward. Now let's go back. Last but not least, the final type of post that you will be creating throughout your weeks are the actual heavy, or well, it's not heavy, it's just Word documents that you'll have to be creating separately. So not directly through the course room. Are the weekly assignments. So as you'll see, we saw introduce yourself, your week's discussion, and then finally you do get some additional ones, so the quizzes and all that, but these are all through the course room. The one that is not is the week's assignment. So you click on that and you get it as well, just as the other post, all of your instructions, but you'll actually get a grading summary. So that will be completed by the teacher. She will give you feedback on there. And then also the submission status below, which is basically a sort of rubric that is also filled out by the teacher manually. So you'll get different points and you'll get different, these columns highlighted in green, depending on how you do. Now let's go down. Once you've done this, to add a new submission, you will see this button below, and you'll see that you will be greeted, once you click on add submission, you will be greeted by something like this, or a blue arrow which you will be able to upload a document to. So in this first post, you don't get that, but I'm going to show you how week 2 looks. So basically, week 2's assignment here, you'll see the same sort of thing, the grading summary, submission status, and once you've actually uploaded a document, this changes into green. So this is a way to also check or double check that you've actually submitted your document correctly. It'll say submitted for grading. So that's how you can double check. Now we go down below, and where you see add submission, right now it's edit submission because I have a document there already. But if you were to start the process from the beginning, you'll see add submission, and then you will be able to upload a file here, choose a file of your desktop, I'm just going to click on this randomly. So choose for upload, and you'll be able to upload this file with the button right here. And once it's uploaded, you'll see that it goes ahead and adds up into this bar. And then you haven't finished there. You need to make sure that you're saving the changes. Okay, once your document is uploaded on there, you need to save the changes. If you don't save the changes, you might as well lose your work. So please go ahead and make sure that you follow these steps. Either way, don't worry if you're feeling overwhelmed or if you're not getting the platform, you can always call us and we'll go through the process with you on how to upload your document once you've completed it. So there's no issue on that. And that's basically what 1 week's look, 1 week looks for in regards to the assignments and the posts that you'll be creating. And the next thing that we're going to be looking at, the next and final thing that we're going to be looking at on the Learn Center is the Student Resource Center. And this is where you'll find all the tools that I was mentioning prior on our presentation. This is where you can get news and features, such as here, you'll get important documents and forms. We give out the students APA formatting templates that they can use on their essays to make it a little bit easier for all of you. We give you access to tutor.com, the app that I was talking about before. Here are the essay templates. So you would most probably be using the graduate essay templates. And we do have the essay template, and we have a sample student paper that shows you how everything should look like with APA formatting. So you can always check both, and those are really helpful. Now, down below, you'll see important resources. This is the one that I advise you to click on because it basically lays out all of our resources, and it's just just a direct way to find everything. Under important resources, you'll get the same things, and then it'll be added on into the important documents and forms that I was talking about. You get the CIU academic calendar. You see CIU course catalog, which our catalog is basically all CIU. If you ever have doubts on in our accreditations or on our different policies around academic withdrawals or dismissals or all of that, you can always go to the catalog to have a concrete idea of what these mean. And then you also get our student support services contact information. So as I was talking to you about the Student Success Advocate Department, which is myself, another Andrea and Alejandra, we are the Student Success Advocate team. And then you also get contact through Eddie and Tina, which are our student advisors. So you can always get help from both. Now, the useful tools seen below are the additional ones that I was talking about. Vital Source is where you'll be reading your books. So the ebooks that you get through the course room and your teacher, you'll be reading with Vital Source. So this is just an additional platform that you get direct access to. So don't worry about that one. Microsoft Office is basically what I was talking about of getting access to the Microsoft 365 package. And also you get to download, like I said, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Teams, and a different, just a variety of different things through our student email. So it's very important that you activate it and you play around with it. We will send out as well tutorials for this. If you don't have the Microsoft Office package in your computer, you can download it for free through our email. Now, the Grammarly account, as I was saying before, you actually get the instructions on how to activate it on here. So you will be able to activate it by clicking on the Grammarly sign up link. Then you'll also be given basically direct access to a personalized account through a CIU. And then you will have to go ahead and type in the access code provided here. So you can always copy and paste that, and then you'll be granted access to a premium account. What premium basically means is that you get to download the plugin of Grammarly into Word in your computer, to your browser, to your phone, to whatever you might as well be using. So it's honestly great, and it's very helpful for professional and academic writing. Now, the last really important app that we are going to be looking at here is a student Turnitin Sandbox. So I'm going to click on that. And basically, it'll be the same dynamic as uploading one of your weekly assignments. You will be looking at all of your submissions here, and you can edit submission. Go ahead and click on upload, choose file. You'll be able to upload this into the platform. And let's see, overwrite. Save changes. And you'll be looking at, once you go back into the Turnitin Sandbox, let me see. You'll actually see that your document has been uploaded, and you will need to wait a couple of minutes until it gives you a percentage of plagiarism. Once you have that percentage, you can actually click on that percentage, and Turnitin Sandbox will launch a report, detailed report on where you might as well need to change your wording, where you are copying from where, like from which sites. So it's always important to go ahead and look at that before turning in your different assignments to the teacher. Now we'll go back to our presentation, because that is basically the final resource that we'll be looking at. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask me those. And once again, I know that this is a lot of information to take in through one orientation. So if you ever have questions, don't doubt on just coming to us. You can always send me an email. You already have my email. And as I said, I'll be sending these resources to you directly through email once we've completed this. So you can also always check back on me if you want to review something in particular. So I open the space up for questions. Please unmute yourselves if you do. And yeah, go ahead. If you don't have any questions, once again, I'm going to be reaching out to you both directly and see what you think, how you're feeling, and everything. So yeah, just have a great rest of your days. Thank you for joining in, and hopefully this was very helpful. And we are excited to have you, and we want to support you succeed in your program. So thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day. See. All right. Bye, guys. I just want to check that no one's, having any issues with unmuting themselves and wanting to ask something. So if you do want to ask something, go ahead and type it in the chat box, because I'm not seeing that any one of you have unmuted your microphones. Do you have questions, Shalvendra?
I see the thumbs up.
Sorry? Okay. Okay, great, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining once again, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.
All right, bye. Thank you. There you go. Contented.